Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This video is going to be about why I resigned from my flight attendant position. I worked at my airlines for a little over 6 months, about 6.5 months, and right at my 6-month mark was when I decided to resign. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys the reasoning on why I did that. First of all, I want to start by saying my airline and the company I worked for I really liked, and it was nothing against them. So my husband's grandfather passed away unexpectedly, and it was like a flip switched at that point, where it was like all these things that had been adding up just came together, and I decided this job isn't for me. I wasn't with my family the day after we found out that his grandfather passed away. I was, hundreds of miles away, and looking back, I probably should have called into work and, taken a couple days off for my emotional health, because it was, a really rough time. I should have taken off to be there for my family, because all I could think was my daughters are distraught, my husband's, terribly sad, and I need to be with them right now, and I can't because I'm away. And then I thought I left on a Monday. I thought I was coming back that next day on a Tuesday, but they added another trip to my schedule, so I didn't get back till Wednesday, and it was like I was so upset because they added that to my trip, and I just wanted to go home to be with my family. Hey guys, so it's like 3:30 in the morning. I'm gonna try to talk quiet because I don't want to be disrespectful to people staying in the rooms beside me, but I'm over here putting on my makeup. So I was gonna work one flight this morning and then head home and be home by like 12:30, but I got a call or a text at like 1:15 this morning from crew scheduling, adding like 3-hour 15-minute flight to Kansas City, Missouri, staying over there tonight, working a 3-hour flight back to LaGuardia tomorrow, and then sitting for like 4 hours and 15 minutes at LaGuardia, and then heading home to where I won't be home until like 7 o'clock at night. So, needless to say, after seeing that crap, I couldn't fall back asleep. I've been up since like 1:15. This is the hardest part about being a flight attendant, is just being on reserve. You just, they can throw anything at you. You get all excited about going home early, and then you find out you're not gonna be home until the next night at like 7. And it'd be fine if I was single and I didn't have kids. Maybe I'm just emotional because John's grandfather passed away, but I'm sure that's why I'm a little more sensitive right now. But times like this, you just want to be home with your family. And if I had a regular job, and 9 to 5, it's just comforting knowing that you have a set schedule. So right now I'm really not liking this job. It'll be 6 months on the 12th. What's today? Today is the 11th. So tomorrow marks the 6 months that I've been with this job. And a lot of people who've been doing this for a while say, give it 6 months, give it a year. I'm like, is it worth the pay to be away from my family? Like, alright, I gotta stop talking now and get ready. I need to be with my daughters, and I need to kiss them every morning and kiss them every night before they go to bed. Like, they need me just as much as I need them. My daughter had a little incident where another kid was bullying her, and I found out about it while I was on a trip, you know, in my hotel room, and I really wanted to be there to comfort her and talk to her about it, but I couldn't because I was gone, you know, and I wouldn't be back until 3 more days. So being away from home and not being with my family and being available for them when they need me is the #1 reason. Another reason why I resigned is because I missed having coworkers that I shared a special bond with, that I had friendships with. When you're a flight attendant, you don't have that, or at least in my company, we don't. Like, I never worked with the same person twice. It was lonely, honestly. It was, I loved everybody that I worked with, but there just wasn't enough time to develop like a close friendship with anybody, because you're just, you know, around each other for a limited amount of time. And like on 4-day trips, sometimes I would work with up to 3 or 4 different people. So I really miss that. Like, the job I have now at the Montessori school, I love the bond that I share with each and every one of the employees there, and it's just nice knowing every day I can go into work seeing the same familiar faces, and I don't know, I'm so grateful for the job that I have now, and I'm so grateful that my boss, you know, let me come back full time. So okay, and another thing is definitely the schedule. Like, not having consistency in my schedule, I've realized that is a no-go for me. I like having a set routine. I do well with having a set time that I wake up each morning. And when you're a flight attendant, some mornings you'll have to wake up at like 4 o'clock to get ready for a 5:30 shuttle, or other times you don't have to be on a flight until 8 o'clock at night, and you'll be flying until midnight. So there's no consistency in scheduling, and yeah, my body doesn't do well with that. I like having a routine. And also, I very rarely had any weekends off, and weekends are extremely important during the summertime in our family, because it's when we go up to the cottage and we make, you know, trips, weekend trips and camping trips here and there. And as a flight attendant, that's never 100%. Like, when you bid for your schedule, you don't know if you're going to get the weekends or not. And like I said, I hardly got any weekends off. I was very, very lucky to have gotten Christmas Day off, and I actually ended up getting Thanksgiving. I was on reserve and they didn't end up calling me, so that was amazing. But yeah, having weekends off and holidays, I need to be there with my family. Another reason why I resigned is it's lonely. At first I was like, oh, this is cool, you know, new hotel rooms that I've never been to, and alone time, I can relax and pamper myself. But when you're sitting in the hotel room sometimes until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you get lonely. It's like, I don't know. And I guess all my flights I was always flying somewhere where it was cold, so I didn't want to go out and about. I only went to Tampa and Savannah, where I actually got out and explored. So it's very lonely. And even the whole time I was working, I never went out with any of the pilots or my fellow flight attendants that I worked with. Not once. And there was only one time where one of the captains said, "Do you want to go downtown with us?" And it was really late and I didn't want to anyway. But yeah, it's very lonely. It's like you get to the hotel room and it's just you. And I didn't want to FaceTime my family, my daughters, because Haley would always get upset and cry every time we were FaceTiming, saying, "Mommy, when are you going to be home?" So, yeah, it was super lonely. When they tell you that as a new hire, your pay is not good as a flight attendant, well, at least regional flight attendant, they are not lying. The pay is totally not worth the hours that you're gone away from your family. Yeah, when I got my first couple paychecks, I was like, what the heck? So the pay is not good. And another funny thing, but this is true, my cats, well, my one cat, Gary, misses me so much when I'm gone. One time, he actually got on the pillow that John and Haley were sleeping on and peed on it. So, and I think it was because he missed me. I hadn't been home in a couple days, and I give him extra special attention that nobody else gives him. And when he gets mad, he pees on things. Or if he gets scared, he pees on things. So I need to be there for my kitty cat too, right? So pretty much it all boils down to I need to be home. I need a job where I am close to my home and close to my family, and I need a better schedule and better pay. I think when I'm older and my daughters are on their own, I would definitely look into trying to be a flight attendant again, because I do really like it. It's just my heart hurts whenever I'm away from my family, and yeah, it just wasn't worth it to me. Another thing is, when you're on reserve, you are always on the edge. At least I was. Like, my anxiety was so high, like, when I was on reserve, because you never know when they're gonna call. You have to be prepared to, like, just be there within 2 hours. And I don't know, it just gave me this sense of dread anytime I'd get a call from anybody. Even when I wasn't on reserve, when my phone rang, it just made me think of crew scheduling. What if they're calling me? Like, what if I have to leave for a trip? But being on reserve was, yeah, not fun. So that pretty much sums it up for the reason why I resigned from being a flight attendant. I enjoyed it, but it's just not meant for me at this point in my life right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, if you're thinking about becoming a flight attendant and you're a mom, I just want to say, make sure you have tons of support from your family to help with your children, because that does give a sense of comfort. But I don't know, it just, not being there might get to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!